So don't worry. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm also going to do the program with Henry from the Brooklyn Library. I'm going to start that next week as well.
great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
And are you at our online class for like?
No, I thought I'd start with this first, and because I didn't know how it worked really. I thought if we start with you, then we'll get there. That's my goal.
Yeah, because we have I check homework there, and the students post homework.
Oh.
I check that. So people enjoy that, and the people communicate there. You have classmates there in our class. So it's.
I'll join. I will join that.
Yeah.
I like to do homework.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, especially for our Zoom class, and I think after that, and for the calligraphy, for the Chinese painting, lots of like a kung fu practice there. So people enjoy the homework, and I do the critique on that in the online classroom. Yeah, because in class 1 hour, basically we do like hands on something. Yeah, and we do together, and later do homework,
individual practice.
Yeah. Okay, think about it.
Okay, thank you.
小伟啊，我把它弄到旁边一点，它这个怎么样？ 你好，你们好. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good noon. Yeah, we got one new student, Jeanette, and she talked about. Did you say you learned some brush painting, Chinese brush painting or Japanese brush painting, but not calligraphy?
I learned some Chinese brush painting.
Oh, painting. Okay.
Not calligraphy though.
Okay. Yeah. And I always say, yeah, we do some calligraphy and for the characters, and also we learned the phrase, put on some very simple image of the painting, Chinese painting, and recently we will always do some things like the four gentlemen's. Have you ever practiced gentlemen's, like a plum, orchids, and
a little bit, very little bit,
bamboo chrysanthemums?
Yeah.
Some things simply we can put characters on that, but basically we are learning two new characters for the Chinese calligraphy, and people enjoy doing that, and every time we got new characters. So don't worry, you just join us. So,
okay, thank you.
Okay, so today's new words. Two characters, and Jeanette, I sent you the last class previous for the Korean. Okay, today's two of them. One has less strokes, and for the, like in Japanese, no, or like the Korean dance, or dance of Korean, the meaning of off, or Koreans dancing, like the Koreans. This character with less strokes, right? And the other one, dance, more complicated looking for the characters. The reason I choose these two characters is like for dance. We will use that in lots of other places, and this good word. Sometimes we say, Kathy, I know you are taking the dancing class, right? And we always have some phrase, say like a flower, petal, next spring flower, summer is dancing, or birds sing, flower dancing, some things like a very, very good word to learn dance. And the Korean, this bird, the postures are always very beautiful, right? Like the picture I give you this time in the handout, like standing with long leg and on one leg, not like the other bird. So it's like the dancing. So we make the phrase of Korean dance this time, and we learn the word for this off, or for for the dance, word of a dance. But last time we do the Korean, immortal Korean, my pronunciation, yeah. And sometimes, I don't know, did you feel not less strokes characters means easier to write, right? Emily, not. Yeah, this morning I just got Emily's homework for the Korean. it was beautiful. And but a few days ago, I got the immortal from her. I can pick some things. Oh, here, you can do better for the best looking. I will let you know. Same things for us. Sometimes the less jokes, like the mountain or some stone, water. Less jokes doesn't mean easier to get balance, to write it beautiful. I think lots of things, yeah, and a lot of strokes, more strokes probably you can arrange. Okay, let's practice. The first we do standard style, right? Standard, which means each strokes you can kind of tell and is most close to the printing style. Okay, the dot always right from top. Dot, touch it, and press. Like raindrop things. And then horizontal. Okay, pause when you're ready and go. A little bit lift, right? And then press to do slant. And then like hard folding. Press to start, pause to start and do the press, the stroke of a press. Gradually. You twist your brush a little bit, to make this kind of the tail things. Gradually, I always say gradually, not sweeping. See, my one doesn't really as good as the sample. You try to do is balance the looking, and you try to see the sample. I always give you the good sample from the master, right? As I said, you copy from the higher sample, you got like 80%, it become the middle one. If you copy from me, from the middle one, less higher one, and then you got the low one or lower than the middle. So give you the good one. I explain in my class and the demo how to do it in my class. See, you want balance looking, but you try to do like the one stroke to dominate, right? To dominate the whole thing. So the trick on this character is like the horizontal. I always say, if you cannot do exactly horizontal, you do a little bit up, instead of a drop, okay? Dot, and a little bit up, not that long, and press to do that, do this a little bit long. And you do the big press a little bit longer, right? It's like a dominated whole characters. My previous one is a little bit too even, right? I like this one better, but each one is a little bit different. I think this a little bit too loose. A little bit too loose, right? So when you do your homework, try to copy the sample. Try to copy the sample. And the more practice, of course, makes perfect. Yeah, because each time you probably you do not think you have time, or you can control the whole thing, and you look at that and you do the second one. See, this one, do not do too loose. Back a little bit and then press. I don't know. Okay, copy of this, the sample. And when you write a few things, of course, each one gets some characters, or sometimes of this part, this good, and that part, even for the, I mean, the master, they put in different place and a little bit different. Okay, this is a walking style, talking about the walking style, basically just, I say for faster riding, right? Because walking faster than, different from the standing. We say you can say less carelessness, right? But should show some, when you got more fluent, show some dynamic. Okay, dot is still very clear, dot. And then go much faster than the starting of the horizontal one, right? Dot, basically when you get used to this kind of things, you just do faster, right? But some press, some starting place still keep. Okay, faster touch, and here press, right? Press and press, faster. Basically, just you get used to the stroke. Like a Z here, dot and the Z here. But remember, for the Z, one horizontal and one press. Try to do some things with some a little bit different. Remember, you can remember this is like a Z. And show some dynamic things different from just standing there, right? Okay, and this is, can you still tell? This is from the from the printing style, from the standard style. Can you still tell? Yes, yes. Okay, and we understand, show the more, of course, more dynamic because it's running, right? Running or cursive. It is cursive style. We also, in Chinese, we also say running style. Faster than the walking. But also we say grass style, which means looks kind of the messy grass style. And I think I talked about when I was a child, I always call my mom's writing very messy, very messy. I say, yeah, on the book is clear. Okay. So talking about walking, compared with the standard size, walking shows like carelessness, but it's still there, right? But since it's become grass style, running style, it sometimes changed. More. Dot, do not on purposely to do the hook thing. It's just a naturally lifting brush and shows a little bit of trace, right? And also at the end, yeah, look at me how I do that. Dot, and okay, ready to go. That's it. Do not put any force to make the hook. Do not do that. Simply lifting, naturally go, and touch it again. Actually, this is the horizontal, right? Slanted horizontal, and ready for the next character. That's how it become like that. And do not do too much or emphasis on the hook at the end. Chinese characters, in line, classical in ancient time, old time, always in vertical line like that, right? That's why next characters should be after and below, underneath of the characters we just wrote. That's why at the end always shows a little bit like hook thing there, but we talk about some in the characters, calligraphy is art, right? So some we talk about the yin and the yang, which means some solid you want to emphasis on, and some like the some not weak, some space, some empty things. So from solid to empty things, you make some dynamic things, like you walk step by step, right? Okay, so how do you remember this? In the standard and walking, we talk about the Z, right? This is more cursive, so more like a number 3, right? Doesn't it? So, but we practice from the standard size. We know it's not number 3. You remember the structure is not number 3. And when you do the number 3, oh, here do more horizontal, right? More horizontal. And here is connection for this stroke slant. And the last one, actually, you emphasis on you put the power on the press, and a little bit back to make this kind of things. Even sometimes no hook is fine. Doesn't really show the hook. Yeah, that's how you do that. Do the number 3. I mean, do not do the big curve of the, like we normally do the number 3. Even this is perfect. So do not on purposely to make that hook thing. Okay, and then the fourth one, clerical style. Clerical style, we always talked about just for like a dignified looking. It become this style. Actually, that's the earliest one we are learning for among the 4 styles. It started 200 BC. 200 BC. Why they call it clerical style is because by that time, government tried to unify the characters and also try to simplify the characters from the seal carving one. It's just after seal carving one. Seal carving one more curvy, rounded strokes, and this style become straightened strokes, become things started on the bamboo, like a blinds looking bamboo book, blinds looking, and you roll it, and you use iron on that or brush on that, but still with that like the carving mood, like on hard surface, still with that things. I always say hold your brush different, treat it like the stick. You hold the stick and write on the sand. That's about the how much tight what's the feeling you hold your brush, and a little bit different, shows a little bit different, right? Okay, the dot, go slow, dot, and not raindrop anymore, because on hard surface, you cannot really do that raindrop things. And the form, a little bit different. Actually, the center things you do first. When you're carving, I always say sometimes you're confused, and you can do the different order of the strokes. So center one first, actually was later this dot. And later I said straighten lots of things, become pause and horizontal whole strokes. But here do just simply, this one dot, and not pull to the whole horizontal. Okay, then start here about the same level here, a little bit lower to make the slant. The slant is not really a sweeping slant. Press here. And then back a little bit, and to do the press to make this goose tail flying, but slow, because on hard surface, not a brush, you cannot do very fast. Very fast won't show in this style. Yeah, this kind of things. Okay, in this style, the typical stroke we practice a lot. For Jeanette was new. So one stroke shows with a goose tail flying in the press stroke or in the horizontal stroke, which means different from the seal script. Now we are on paper invented already, or on the bamboo, easier to go. We can write, use brush. So make this stroke to show it. Press, like conceal the tip, and then go a little bit wave, and then press, big press, and slow, very slow to go the goose tail flying, to show this kind of things. I didn't do very good while talking. Goose tail flying include wave, the wave a little bit, and the big press, and then gradually lift, but gradually, and not go too far, because hard surface is not like a brush, you can do. Yeah. Okay, that's the characters for the off, or ooh, this dance. You think it's hard? lots of strokes there, right? Lots of strokes there. And Kathy, I want to share with you. One of the Chinese dancer gentleman. He was chosen. He's a very good dancer, and he was chosen at the I think 2008. 2008, the Olympic ceremony hosted in China, in Beijing, and he was chosen to do the dance program on the computer made the effects, the stage. The stage is the scroll, the painting scroll. Of course, not the paper one, but they do the background for that, and he danced on that. After that, I'm talking about a very famous one of his dancing show, and after show he put the board there, and he just do the calligraphy, use the large brush, do the calligraphy of dance. Only one characters. I never know he is the calligrapher or anything. I think he wants to show some like a calligraphy. Probably he is practicing that, or he enjoyed to put them together. Like a Chinese dancing and the calligraphy. And also, I think he thinks the characters looks beautiful, shows the walking style, or I like the walking style very much, and like a dance, lots of movements put together and stand there. I don't know why. After dance, and he set a board there on the stage, and he just do the when he did the choreography, looks like he is still dance there, and then do that. Anyway, yeah, and I said also we have lots of phrase to use, like the flowers dancing sometimes to show the happy mood and the beautiful spring, summer. Okay, always standard first, top to bottom, right? Okay, small slant. Yeah, to slant, you press and to the action, to the direction you want, and gradually lift, right? And then small horizontal on top. And then longer, but not that long, not the longest, right? The longest is the middle one, okay. Longer horizontal. And you put 4 vertical things. When you put, we learned some like 4 dots, right, in the Korean characters. But here 4 vertical. You try to make a little bit different direction, right? Like the 1, 2, 3, and the last one a little bit like this direction, right? Like that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the longest one. Okay, this is the longest one. And then we do the bottom things. Bottom things, very obvious, 2 parts, left and right, right? And a dot. The right one, a little bit longer than the left one. That's kind of normal, and especially right one consider the ending. So last stroke stronger. A slant here and the larger. This one's a little bit too long, right? Yes. Because I said I try to, let me remember. This is the longest, that's the longest. Otherwise, not the best balancing looking. Gradually lift, gradually lift. See, after you're doing the correct, the strokes, nothing wrong, but you think of the, for the common sense, look at the strokes, lots of characters. We talked about which one the longer, which one that a little bit thicker, but also for the common sense, you can also look at the space part, look at the white part, the negative part. The negative part should have kind of, same kind of the spacey part, right? And nothing too big, too empty, too spacey, or nothing to squeeze each other, right? So I'll do it again. Not too long, not too long. Yeah, that's about Whole thing better, this one, but I didn't make the perfect ending for this vertical one, right? Okay, I will leave leave it as it is, and you copy the sample. And when you get very familiar with the whole thing, you practice some, on the side, right? And then you do the walking, one, kind of do it without a brush, or sometimes we say read the copybook. Read, what's read? Which means information's there, and try pretending to do, okay, like that. Okay, walking.
Excuse me.
Step.
I just wanted to ask a question. Are these samples available in the class, in the online class, or where can we find the samples to practice?
I sent you email for that. Did you get it?
I'll check later.
Yeah, I emailed you the handout.
Okay, I will check. If
Okay.
not, I'll email you back. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, as you registered the email I sent to everybody 2 days ago.
Okay, I'll check. Thank you.
Yeah, check. Okay, yeah. Okay, we talk about the walking and the after standing, right? The very simple, the change is connected of strokes. So this one from the top, right? From the top, and become very connected stroke for like that. Yeah, do not, I explained this, the hook one is ready for next strokes. So do not emphasis on that. And then horizontal and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I said make some directions, right? Make some directions, like the 4 vertical become kind of a group of things with some connection, right? Not each one perpendicular to the horizontal. Yeah, the 4 make the whole group thing. And then become more connected, right? Shows more dynamic. And then horizontal is still horizontal. With the hook is not the, it's just a connection. When you do very, very fast, do that. And then this become connect and back, ready for the next thing. And this thing on the bottom right, become just like the 2 horizontal, and with the connection indicated this part. So, and back to do that. Okay, so whole thing, you put them together like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the big, this too long already, so has to be the other longer one. And then, okay, I'll do it again with this too long. Yeah, what's the most important things actually in your mind? Okay, in your mind. Let's do.
Victoria,
Yes.
can you move the paper you're writing on to the left? Yeah, because
Thank you, Sean.
our pictures on the, no, a little bit more. Our pictures on the right-hand side, unless
I see. I didn't look at the yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now that's better.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Okay, so top things and the small for the 4 vertical things and the longest one and this one. Kathy, is that the beautiful dancing? Yeah. And you know, Emily, when you wrote the whole bunch of beautiful Korean in the walking style and the cursive style, it's really beautiful, and the lots of fluency shoes in between among the strokes. It's you know, like we do the like Tai Chi movement, right? Not just the still picture shows the individual posture, right? People like to see the whole movements of this form move to, oh, here, continue with that form and with that form and that form, right? The whole thing. So in your characters shows a lot. I mean the Korean, each part you need to fluent without hesitation and also at the right place. It's hard, I know, but really good. Yeah. Also shows on this beautiful dance characters. So lots of characters, but since you understand and you get familiar and more familiar with it, you will know the rhythm and where you put and how much force on that, and for the outline where you reached, which one is the longest, you know. Do it again. The down on 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm talking about anything this long, too long. Again, I don't want to, you know, some kind of same things, but it's okay. And I prefer this shorter, this one shorter. Okay, so get the best combination. 1, 2, 4. Do not overlap some things. Yeah, I explained. So far, I still think this is the best one. Sometimes, you know. Anyway, okay, let's move to clerical style. Actually, the the earliest style. I'm sorry, this is not cursive, not yet. We are still doing the walking style. See, walking can still tell, right? For the this style, you cannot really tell the 4 vertical, right? So that part is just become like the 2 things. So this 1, 2, 3, 4. It's become 1, and after that, like only 4 become 2. 4 become 2, and the 2 a little bit of slant. That's the biggest change. And at the very final, very last, there is a dot. Lots of characters when it become the grass style, running style. At very end, people want to do a little bit like the back to the place for the center thing or something. Put a little bit dot-like things, quite common. It's like the too simple, the cursive things, strokes, and add a little bit of things, you know, like you do dance back to the center and, you know, stop there. Okay, so the very last is like from this, right? And that become the back, a little bit of dot. Okay, so the whole thing, running style, cannot tell four horizontal, four vertical, but two. Okay, so top, same thing, and the small horizontal and the two of this, and then the large stuff this back. Do this is very also this become even more simple. It's become just a very press and back and that. Okay, so you can still do the press even more obvious. I think this one looks a little bit, I want this part a little bit bigger, right? Otherwise, kind of not balanced, like only one part of a leg, right? See, look at the Korean with one leg standing, but keep the whole body really, really balanced looking. Yeah, after you get familiar with the whole thing, you need to, always keep one eye to watch the whole thing, right? Keep it balanced. Yeah. Yeah, that's about that. Okay. Oh, this is actually I found of students' homework always do the clerical style, not bad. Seems easier, but I explained like you hold a stick, right? Not a brush. So not that much press and lifting, not that much lifting, but hold it and do not that much, I mean, the cursive one is very straight and stroke by stroke. So you like the, put some things one by one together. So dot, like triangle things, but not very smooth raindrop. And horizontal one, okay, stick make. So go slower, Yeah, do not that, do. Look at the sample. It shows lots of looks like imperfectness, right? But that is the beauty for this style because it's on stone or on bamboo, hard surface, carving mood to write. Okay, so a little bit longer. Okay, for vertical. With a little bit directions shows they are in a group, right? But more even than other styles. Because hard to do is carving. Okay. One. More bottom, the horizontal one. And then left and left of the bottom part, right of the bottom part, two part. So this time seems the bottom part make the most wider things, right? And the big slant is very interesting. So kind of a bounce back, or you say press back, right? You can go upper way or bottom way. Anyway, carving, you use the knife. You can do lots of back and forth for make this. Not a sharp tip at the end, because carving, not brush made. Okay, and then this one. You do this a little bit slumpy looking, looks more dignified. That's the beauty in this style. Horizontal. This vertical or slant direction vertical. And the goose tail flying at this stroke of horizontal, right? Press, slow, 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 slow. Not flying too far. This style always keep it more flat, right? Okay, that's the dance for in the clerical style. Okay. Okay. I think are we ready for the Korean? Yes. Because the Korean we are going to do in my class, I said after calligraphy, I choose some simple one. It's still considered lots of calligraphy strokes, right? In Chinese painting and the calligraphy are same resource, share lots of same resource, and also calligrapher use the calligraphy stroke to do the Chinese painting, and the Chinese painter practice the Chinese a lot, and the Chinese painting a lot we call it's a literary painting, right? Literary painting. Okay, so the Korean, I think Kathy said the eye for her, the Korean eye for her is hard. It's hard, but we are we talked about last time. We try to keep a little bit like highlight things in the pupil. So instead of do one dot, some people do two small strokes with not clothing. I do larger, with two strokes, but not clothing, to show a little bit like the pupil things. But of course, it very small. You control to very small, yeah. Instead of like one stiff dot. The other stroke we practice, I think that's very kind of a dominant stroke for the Korean. Did you feel the Korean painting? The leg is very showy, and also people will say, oh, that's the Korean, or that's a heron with the very long leg, right? Long leg there. Okay, and for the leg, yeah, thanks for we practice the calligraphy a lot, right? So the leg, I will say leg and knee, leg and knee. Okay, you do press and the pause. Okay, do the upper one, from light touch to pause. Okay, do that. Pause. Otherwise, no, make the junction, no need there. And then this is to the pause. And also press. Right? And then this is from pause, from press. Then very quick go. You know where to go, okay? And then press again gradually. To make this kind of things. and here press, right? And then you make the little plow or foot, again, press and lift. And the little nail thing. Actually, this stroke, we will use it in other place, like the tree trunk, tree branch. Sometimes we want that things a little bit like hard folding things, you know, things. We do call it, we say crane knee strokes, you know, so that's why I said for the crane, the leg and the knee is very useful to practice. Okay. Oh, and also other stroke is, this is a straighten your brush. Other is the hair of the wing, the hair of the tail of the crane. Side brush, like we do the tail of the goldfish tail. Press and side brush, press, move and lift. You know, you do that. For the tail, right? Press and lift, side brush. To do tail. Okay. Now let's do the one. This by step, there is the one step by step. In our handout. So you can use charcoal or pencil to do the sketch first, or people sometimes do the light ink. What kind of paper I got? Okay. So the paper I'm using is kind of a semi-sized, but it absorbent paper. So for the light ink, I use my rest of the ink on my calligraphy brush, and I use other clean brush, get some water. And you always with some used paper, shrunk paper to test the color, right? And if it's too wet, you try to always the paper towel there. And you want to do the sketch for the line, not the too wet brush, right? Okay, so whatever you do first, the leg and full place for that. So I do about here. On the big leg, you know, like that. Some things. And the beak is kind of the dark. the neck and the hair from the head is kind of the dark, you know, and you do kind of the S shape, try to make that, and several strokes. Yeah, some places they do one stroke, but I prefer a few strokes to make that. And the outline things here, you can do lost and found, not the very stiff, and the big, the wing shape things. And some, you know, even from the picture, not directly from picture, you need to do the calligraphy way to decide to simplify, you know, some strokes to do, you know, which strokes I'm doing. See some big feathered things on the wing I want to do, and I do not do everything, right? Not directly from the picture. And then later from the picture, you know how to simplify it. And there is actually another wing. That side shows a little bit on the white part, and the body shape for that. We talk about the body is other egg, right? And the head is another egg. But here got a lot. I mean, for the heron, got a lot neck, long neck there, and the thigh doesn't show that much for the leg, can indicate a little bit. And this part, the thigh shows a little bit. Then I think I'm ready for the leg. You can use a smaller brush. I want to just use this ink. The leg is light to press, and then press again to make very fast go, and to press again to nail. You can do this a little bit abstract, doesn't have to do. Here, another leg. I need to be, where is the end? Oh, here is the end. Look at the whole picture, look at the balanced. This one a little bit higher, actually. So, same way, press, and then press it again to make it here a little bit. Did I save the eye? Very small. Okay, so we try to make the kind of, we see S shape for the neck and the head. The whole part will be more beautiful. And if a too small head and a too big neck looks like the, you know, the turkey looking things. A little bit of the you can also help to use a little bit of like the line things to make it more more the S shape to have that. Yeah, very light, but some things on the sample you can see that a little bit of things, and some then the tail things. I mean the wing side brush, like a few in the group, right? And actually that one is another wing. So two groups actually. And very, abstract looking kind of. Doesn't have to identify each strokes. And people, the heron, you can for a little bit, very simple things, a little bit of things, some things like that. Actually, for the heron or crane, a little bit of things like the side things. And you can do a lot of things for help shape out the whole, the whole wing. Yeah, look at the sample. There is something, right? But try to keep the simplicity for that. And then, of course, the red for the crown things on the top of the head. Each heron actually a little bit different, and that's about the looking, right? About the looking. And I think this class, I do not have the time for not much for the pine things, and we can add things very simple and do some of the pine. You know what? Look at the sample. One trick. Some artists, they do split brush by the split in two. Can you see my brush bristle? And look at the sample. People do the pine needles like that. See? Faster and even more natural looking. Look at the sample. I do not have video of that, but I believe some of that like that. Okay, I don't have that much time for that. I just simply do that. Tell you the what's the way to do. We review. Actually, we learned the pine, and you can do some very simply do some a little bit like the green to do that on the center things, or brown on the branch or tree things. Okay, that's very the most simple things, and I try to say lots of the calligraphy strokes press and lifting. And this actually stroke a little bit like we do bamboo stock. You try to use to move your arm. Use your arm. You press it, and where you want to go, and then you move your arm. Do this kind of things. And this from light to press. You may kind of need like that. And then the plow. Something like that. And think about the bamboo stock, and use your arm. When you use the not use arm, use your only your hand, kind of hard to make the long line with very powerful things to do. And yeah, you try, use your arm to do. And this is kind of the most calligraphy stroke looking things in the Korean. Mm-hmm. Okay, try to feel that, practice that. And we will do something with the plum. And we have three winter friends, palm and plum and the bamboo later. Where do I sign? Here or here? Here probably, right? Okay, we are still the year, lunar year, same year, not the new year yet. Okay. And my name, just in one line, because his leg is very long. I do okay. I forgot the name seal. I will put the name seal here later. Okay. Any question you can write in the classroom? Yeah, Emily, you have a question?
Yeah, just a quick question. Are the images of the crane that you've sent us, are they from a book, a whole book about the crane, and do you sell that book?
I'm very sorry. Yes, we used to carry it, but recent we are lacking of that. We do not have that, and I'm getting some more. But the transportation now is really slow. I'm so sorry. Yeah, actually, I'm getting more of that because that's bird is really beautiful. And it's also, we use the same way to do heron within the riverbank with lots of the grass or swamp place is also beautiful. I'm getting more of this book, but now I only can give you the handouts for the in the class we are using. Yeah. Okay. More next class. Any question, let me know. Happy painting.